Welcome back to the Michael Lofton Show on Reason and Theology. Trump is going to be back in the White House. He was just elected for a second term. As we saw last night, many of y'all stayed up with us and did a 6-hour stream covering the election, and we saw that he won. We got to see his speech. Kamala did not speak to her supporters, so we haven't seen what she has said yet, although I've heard that she has called him to concede. So we'll see what she ends up saying today. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look at a number of reactions, including some meltdowns for people who are now waking up to the news. Those people who didn't stay up until 2 something in the morning to find out who won. They're waking up to the news that Trump is going to be back in office. And so we're going to look at their reactions. And that's about all I can do because I'm spent. I had about 3 hours of sleep. I'm exhausted. And if I'm exhausted, I can only imagine how exhausted Trump is with all that campaigning. I haven't done nearly as much work as he's done. So I can't even imagine how he's able to function right now, but I'm exhausted. So all I can really do is take a look at some of these reactions with you to see how other people are reacting to this because I'm spent. And if you appreciate the fact that I'm here instead of getting some sleep right now, if you appreciate that I'm here showing you what's going on right now in the world with this situation, hey, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate your support. Okay. Let's take a look. This is the biggest meltdown so far. I think she won the internet with this one. All right, let's dive in. By the way, let me make sure that you can hear the audio as we go through these.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? I'm sorry. No.
Wait. Who's the person with hatred in their heart? Is it the lady in the video towards those who voted for Trump? Or is it those who voted for Trump? Let's see it again.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? I'm sorry. No.
Now I understand why. I was seeing last night on Twitter memes of people saying, psychiatrists are going to be, in big business right now, rolling in the money. And they were showing memes of, people rolling in the money. Now I understand. I get it. TDS. They're going to be diagnosing a lot of people with TDS and treating them for it in the coming weeks. Wow, that one was interesting. All right, let's check this one out. I guess this is a white dudes for hairs.
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family.
Let's end this reign of terror now.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
We're moving on. I'm moving on. We're moving on.
I love all of this. Let's do it. Let's do this.
Well, he seems that he fits in really well with Tim Walz, actually. So that kind of makes sense. I can see it. Yeah. All right. That one's also making its rounds today. All right. Let's see what this astrologist has to say.
For the astrology girlies, I just want to know, I have been studying Kamala's charts, and it looks like she is not only going to win, but she is going to be winning a second term. The next 8 years in her chart look really, really strong. Trump's not so much.
Okay, so I was wrong. A lot of astrologers were wrong. A lot of us were wrong. But if you think that right now is the time to tell me that you don't believe in astrology, who gives a
Oh boy. Well, let me interject here and say, yeah, astrology is wrong. And so I'm going to take this opportunity to say just that and to say you wasted your entire life with a career built on nothing but stupidity, and you might want to reconsider another career in something that's actually true.
About astrology right now, dude. Who literally cares about that? That is like the least of our worries. This is my career. I have built a life off of reading the stars for people and getting it right.
No, you got it wrong. And so you built a career on sand. Might want to rethink your choices in life.
But if you're gonna come into my comments and complain that, well, I'm no longer gonna believe in astrology after this, who gives a for real? Let's be for real right now. That is the last of our worries. My mom can't lose her Social Security. We can't lose our Medicaid, our Medicare.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
There are real things happening in the world right now. And I know that, like, you guys think this is some big gotcha, but I don't.
It kind of is.
Give a if you think astrology is not real right now, because there's real life happening in this country.
Like being wrong about astrology? Okay. So she's not very happy, as you can tell. I don't think that she voted for Trump. What do you think? Well, she's got the red hair. That's it. And evidently her vocation is a witch. She's a witch. So she thinks that pro-Trumpers are racists. Another one bought into the propaganda of the media. This, I think, was Kamala's rally last night. Let's see how they were doing. This is awkward. That's how it was the entire night. If you were watching Harris, yeah, it was pretty rough to watch, and they started leaving early because they knew it was a done deal. Even before he was announced, even before Pennsylvania was won for Trump.
What is wrong with you? I can't do this anymore. I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach. What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom? I'm done. This is a message to anyone who follows me. If you voted for Trump, unfollow me and block me. If you didn't vote, unfollow me and block me. The fact that it's this close means I've lost all hope in the American people. Like, it should not be this close. Why would anyone vote for this person? He's so evil. He's so demented. Kamala's not perfect. We all know that. We all know that. She is not a convicted felon, rapist, crazy, fascist, dictator, psycho.
Another one who bites the dust. Bought into the narrative. All right, let's see what she has to say.
This is all prank, right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream, and
Psych. Yeah, no.
none of this will have ever happened, right? Like it'll be like the first time, and then we're all gonna pull through fine in 4 years. Correct? Please, someone tell me. I can tell you one thing right now, marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently. So they screwed the pooch on that one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because that, not even. Any semblance of thoughts I had or hope for that is completely going to be a no.
How does the issue with the presidential election impact her life choices about marrying someone?
Thanks for me, love. You think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now? No. That's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes. No, honey, no. Not even close. That's never goodbye.
And to think that they have just as equal of a vote as you do. That is certainly a flaw in the system.
All right, guys, it's time to go to bed. None of us are stressed about the election, right? We all are gonna just go have the best night's sleep of our lives, aren't we?
When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad. When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad again.
I'm done.
Oh, I think that one goes out of control, so we'll stop there. Let's see what's going on with this Harris supporter.
How am I supposed to go to work?
You just do it. It's part of life, you know. Sorry.
How am I supposed to go to work and do all of my normal daily activities when I know that
What a sheltered life. What a privileged life she must live, that this is what rocks her world so much that she doesn't know how to go to work. Wow. Huh. It seems like an awesome life.
we all just chose for things to get exponentially harder. I live in Texas. I don't understand how I'm gonna go through the day. And I just want my mom. But my mom voted for him.
Oh, that's a plot twist. I didn't watch that one to the end. I wasn't expecting that. That was a plot twist. She said, I just want my mom, but my mom voted for him. Oh boy. I did not see that one coming. All right. Well, Thanksgiving next year will be interesting. Christmas will be interesting this year. Okay.
You voted for a racist, a rapist, a dictator. You voted for a bully, a bigot, and a narcissist. You voted for someone who said he would have no problem using the military to kill his opponents. You voted for mass deportation of people, including people that are here legally. If you think you voted for someone who is going to somehow give you more money and put more money in your pocket, you were tricked. None of his concepts of economic plans will ever benefit anyone who isn't a millionaire or billionaire. You voted against the rights of women to have body autonomy, no-fault divorce, and to decide if they want to be mothers. You voted against basic health care for women. You voted against people being able to love who they love and to believe what they believe. You voted for someone who's going to take away the Department of Education, putting a bear-killing wackadoo in charge of departments like the FDA, and a space-loving billionaire who was an illegal immigrant himself to be in charge of God knows what. You voted for Bibles in our schools and white Christian nationalism. You voted for bullying, hatred, and doing whatever you want to people because you have money. You voted for a man who incited an insurrection and who was a felon. You voted for a man who said he will pardon the January 6th insurrectionists who attacked our capital. You can't say you didn't know because history is repeating itself. Even the Germans tried to warn us, but you didn't listen. You didn't listen to the historians, the psychologists, the educators, and the intellectuals. Of course not, because dictatorship 101 is to convince you to distrust the media, the educated, and to create an us versus them mentality.
The media that told us Biden was just fine. And then they had to replace Biden with Harris because he wasn't just fine. And then the media that told us Harris was going to win, but she didn't win. How do you get through to people like this?
You drank the Kool-Aid, except you aren't the ones that will perish. And when your loved ones and friends leave the country, take their own lives, or are arrested or worse by Donald Trump's autocracy, you will say you didn't know, but you did this. You voted for the end of democracy.
And her name is the Cat Lady PhD. Of course. Of course. This is me right now. I'm just like, I'm exhausted. But this is me for a different reason. She's like this because she wanted Kamala to win. Me, I'm just exhausted. So this is a just quick clip of Harris. Wait, why are they playing Montel Jordan? This is how we do it. They're trying to get everybody pumped up. The DJ is really still going hard trying to get everybody pumped up, and nobody is buying it. Wouldn't you just time I hear that song, I now think of that scene from The Nutty Professor where he performed at the nightclub. Oh boy. Let's see what else we got here. All right.
I will make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future. You can't lie to your kids. You can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing. It was hard to see the truth. He was so convincing. I will not let you get away with that. Like, that was not normal. This is not normal. I will make it clear to everyone. Like, I will make sure no one is confused about how things were right now in this very vital, crucial time in American history, that it was not confusing. It was not confusing at all. You just stood for that. You stood with that and for that. Like, I can't emphasize enough, there will be nowhere to hide, and history is going to look back on this and look back on you in a very negative light.
Ironically, history will look back on her and people like her very negatively. But the gaslighting continues. I don't understand this. If Trump had lost, I would not have cried. I wouldn't have reacted like that. I don't understand why people do this. Such lovely people. All right. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the show so far. Let's see what's going on with this one.
I just don't understand why we can't have a female president. Like, why not? Like, how much more qualified and intelligent and, like, perfect for the position do we have to be? Like, why? Why? I just don't understand why we can't have a female president. Like, why not? Like, how
She really thinks it's just about, people not wanting a woman to be president. And Kamala was just so qualified. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. She was just so qualified. We just couldn't do it because we just hate women. That's what it is. We just hate women. We hate our mothers, our sisters, our daughters. We just hate women. That's what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, here's the view.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country. Because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons. Well, and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps. And I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans to prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And
see, that's all it's about for so many people. It's not about, is she qualified? It's about a woman, oh, married to a Jewish guy, oh, she's supposedly black, oh, she's this. That's what it's about for so many people.
I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of
lady, you just showed that you're not thinking in terms of policy. You're thinking in terms of race, gender. You're doing the very thing you're accusing others of. That's known as projection.
Cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it. So, how you feel? I'll start. Yeah, go ahead. My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy. People spoke. This is what people wanted. I vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made, but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will. And I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult, but boy, oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep it.
Yeah.
All right. Again, y'all hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the channel and the show. Let's see here.
I just say really quickly too, Democrats need to be mature and they need to be honest. And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny, but it's not just misogyny from white men. It's misogyny from Hispanic men. Right. It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of
with other Hispanics. You've got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Yeah, let's have an honest conversation. Y'all went wild over the Puerto Rico, that stupid joke that comedian did. Y'all went wild over that. But now you're basically going with the line of Hispanics are racists. And that's why she wasn't elected. Really? Seriously? Wowzers. Okay. Got a few more for y'all here. Let's let me pull them up. Take a look at them. All right. Share my screen again. Okay, you should be able to see it right around now.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is over?
This is from last night before he won. He was at 246 electoral votes.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So
Wow.
let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Wow.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
She did not outperform Biden in even one county. Somebody's asking in the chat, you wonder how Biden feels about this. I honestly wonder if he voted for Trump. You know Biden has to be really upset with Harris. Okay, so basically y'all forced me out just to put her in for her to lose. You know he has to be upset. This is from yesterday. And I want to show this again for those of y'all who haven't seen it. She's pretending to be on the phone, thanking a voter for voting for her, but she's not actually on the phone with anyone. She's on her phone app or camera app. And you can clearly see that as she holds the phone up. So she was busted there, but then she continues with the little game pretending that she's on the phone with somebody. And I think that sums up Harris as a whole. I think this video right here sums up Harris as a whole, as a person. She's fake. She's a phony. It sums up her as a whole. Everything that she has done, this embodies it. And now juxtapose that with Trump being shot and then getting up and saying, fight, 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 in a moment where you don't know if you're about to get shot again. That's genuine. That's real. Compare those two, and that's why Trump won, and that's why Kamala lost. She's fake. That's why.
I'm not. How you doing? Have you voted already? Give me a second. You did. Thank you.
It was clearly on the camera app. You can even see it pointed at her, showing her on the camera.
Thank you so very much. You know, it's so important that everybody participates.
So she went on with it and continued this fake conversation. And everybody else went along with it too. Now, you remember this? This was Tim. I think this is Tim Walz's wife. Remember what she was saying a while back? I don't think this one aged very well.
Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page. 52 days and we are turning the page. 52 days and it is bye-bye, Donald Trump. Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page.
Those faces. Look at that.
52 days and we are turning the page.
It's like she's straight out of a comic book. In all fairness, so is Trump. Trump is the most cartoonish character I've ever seen. It's like, how is this even a real person?
52 days and it is bye-bye, Donald Trump.
What? All right. Yeah, that didn't age well. This one also didn't age well for Kamala.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
Martin Luther King wannabe. And she actually thought that this was going to somehow resonate with people.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the
She said, joy.
morning.
You hear it?
But joy The path may seem hard, the work may seem
She's smiling because she knows she's full of it. Watch.
The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
And she thought people were stupid enough to buy into this, and clearly they weren't. So I have some hope in humanity now. Just a little bit. All right, let's look at this one.
So the election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris has not been called yet. We do not know who the winner is, but it is pointing in one direction. And it's not final, but I just wanted to say that America failed women tonight, primarily. Trump has insulted women, berated them, has been found liable in court for assaulting a woman, and he took women's reproductive rights away. And instead of standing up to that, people voted for it. And we failed our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our wives tonight. America failed them. We failed them. It is unfortunately the reality of the situation. So I'm sorry to everybody out there who will be impacted by what may come.
Is he serious? He's always like this. His takes are always like that. With videos of people just partying and dancing. And I've never seen so many people so happy. How he has this kind of energy right now, because I don't. I'm just so exhausted. If he was up to 2 a.m, I don't know. Maybe he slept in or something. Kind of energy last night or even this morning. I was exhausted and still am. So I don't know how he does it. That's it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some rest. If you appreciate the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We did a 6-hour video yesterday. Stayed up till about 2 a.m. Then I had to get up like 3 hours later. So if you appreciate the effort we're putting in, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Check me out also at patreon.com/reason theology. See you tomorrow. Support Reason and Theology at patreon.com/Reason and Theology and get access to plenty of extra exclusive patron-only content.